you're able basically to add a new folder, sorry, a new folder, new text, a URL for a YouTube or Vimeo video, a new link, maybe a URL that takes you to a product you're promoting, an image, a video, and a PDF, right? So let's say if you're looking for specific pillars, and this is what I usually tell every single leader, that you have to find out, guys, what is that pillar that you want to strengthen within your organization. Is it a type of replication through sales, type of replication through onboarding and recruiting, right? Or it has to do a little bit more with catalogs of products and prices.
Are you asking us?
Yeah.
Okay. I would say we can do one based off of sales is fine. And also, I know, so Megan Hunter is actually, she's on here. She is kind of the head of this department. So just like giving you permission, Megan, feel free to unmute as well. I think that this might be more of your, this might be more of her than me.
Okay.
Hello.
Perfect.
I do have a couple of questions. So the way it's going to function for us is less about category and products, but more about the system of how we build our business.
Mm-hmm.
So the structure is built around each campaign, each project that we have running within the empire, simultaneously, with each project having its own board. And then each board will have the scripts that we send, the follow-up scripts, the graphics for promotion and marketing, along with video directive, explaining the campaign and how to capitalize on the information.
Okay, that's a completely simple way to structure your own board. Have you guys created a board similar to that? Do you have a work in progress? We might have some observations to give on, or would you like to create something from scratch?
We do have a board. We have a couple boards that we're working on right now. We have our main board, which is our system for enrollment, with the scripts there.
Okay. So all in all, I mean, let's say you mentioned something. You mentioned that you're working on different projects, right? And each and every project, I would assume, correct me if I'm wrong here, you're categorizing with scripts. Each and every script might be categorized with a script per, an opening script, a follow-up script, right? You take all that sales know-how, right, and put it in one single place. Sales outreach. I'm just giving you a few examples. This is not how you're going to structure it, okay? But what it's more important, this is what Ori mentioned before, is how we access all this know-how, right? So one of our main functionalities is a sales keyboard. Have you guys used it before?
I have not, but I can ask the team if they have.
Maybe Jessie Lee, have you?
I'm pretty positive Roberto has. Roberto, I think, is probably, maybe even has the most boards experience out of all of us, actually.
Okay.
Is that right, Roberto? Yes. He's nodding yes.
He is, perfect. Okay. So what I'm doing here, okay, is basically, I'm doing like a type of demo for what you might be able to use down the road. Sorry, just a second. Okay, so the whole idea of boards is content centralization. Now, if you are creating a board, okay, for all of your team members to follow a flow and to know how to respond in real time, right, to a specific question, to a specific inquiry, right? The whole idea is for you, Jessie Lee, and team to centralize that know-how in one single place. Give that language, right, that sales language to all of your members. So let's say if you have an organization of 50,000 people, we want those 50,000 people to follow, right, your type of knowledge in terms of sales. Now here again, I'm just doing a very simple type of structure, but the whole idea here is that if I go to my sales scripts, right? To any conversation I'm having with someone on Instagram, on Facebook, on Telegram, on WhatsApp, I have direct access to that board or to every single board, right, that I have on my app on the keyboard. So if you go all the way down, right, to the newest demo, click on project scripts, right? I think it was under objections 1, done. You see? So you're giving all the step-by-step responses to your people. Here, let me just give you maybe an example with a Pruvit demo. I know that this has nothing to do with the sales scripts that you're looking for, but this is a board that we already have sort of structured, where all the descriptions for the products are already there. So the only thing that your members have to do is basically go to the correct folder, right? In this case, it would be a sales outreach folder or an objective folder, objections folder, right? Or FAQs, and just go to that specific know-how, right? Click, and that's it. So let's say, Megan, I'm a potential client, right? So I'm a high intent client, and I'm asking you a few questions, and you're the newest member to Jessie Lee's organization. Now, you're just starting, you don't have that experience, you don't know exactly how to respond to a specific objection, but if you have everything just at your fingertips, you're not gonna go ahead and ask your upline or your member next to you, okay, what to say, because you will already have it ready on the keyboard, right? Now, me as a high intent user, I'm not gonna lose excitement because I already have you on the conversation. Now, if you think about it, if you're having a conversation with me over Telegram or over WhatsApp, whatever that channel is, usually you would go to another platform or to another conversation and look for that answer, right? Or you would take a few minutes and ask your colleague. But me as a potential leader, a high intent leader, I'm losing a little bit of interest because it takes you a little more time to respond. And there's a lot of potential clients out there that are not being attained because those members don't know exactly how to sell, and it's because they're going through that learning curve. So what this basically keyboard does, it decreases that learning curve, right? Decreases that onboarding process for me to learn how to sell, or for you to learn how to sell, because I already have all my know-how, all your know-how, at my fingertips, right? I'm learning along the way, and your sales increase, right? You as a potential lead, you don't leave the conversation because it's already on the keyboard. Does that make sense? Okay, so that's one of the functionalities that we have, right? So the whole idea of boards is, guys, for you to create a motherboard, right? Something that you're able to share with all of your members. So whether it's specific flows, whether it's scripts, right? Whether it's best practices, whether it's uploading all that catalog, okay, with descriptions, videos, transformations, maybe recipes, okay, and have it all centralized in one place. Once you do have all that centralized in one place, you take that board and you share it with all of your organization. And this is taking back to what Jessie Lee asked in the beginning, right? So it got disconnected. By the way, if you guys have any questions, please go ahead and ask. Nothing yet. So I think it's self-explanatory.
Yeah. I have a question.
Please.
The question is around sharing the boards. So our team noticed that we can share one board at a time. Is there a way that we can share multiple boards with one link?
Multiple boards with one link?
For example.
So far, it's basically one. But what we recommend, if you have a lot of content, okay, and you want it all centralized in one place, what a lot of leaders do, okay, is instead of having several boards, they just centralize it up to just one board. Does that make sense? So take all those different boards. Yes.
So I wanna reply with a question to you, Megan, and try to understand what is the use case. I mean, did you already create several boards that you are now sharing one by one with the team members?
Yeah, so we have a program that is centered for customers around their results. And there are multiple aspects to this program. There are boards that we would share to our customers, and then there are boards that we would use for the team as far as directives that we want to share with our team. But it all falls under the same program called P3.
Mhm.
So what's going to happen is the way it's set up now is that we would have to send multiple links to the different boards instead of sending the promoter board to the promoters and the customer board to the customer. Otherwise, we have like 20 different links that I'm exaggerating, but we have multiple links. Is there a way to consolidate that so that I could send the promoter board to my team and they have it all there, or does it have to be link by link?
So as Omri said, currently it's one by one, but if you will share the email address of the main account that you are creating those boards, we will be able to look from the back office and see if we can structure for you something special. We just need to understand the structure of those boards and to see if we can do something.
You can write it down in the chat. And we'll definitely check it out. So all in all, in the meantime, it's that's what we usually, how our leaders usually work with, right? Because it makes sense that all of your members might be from different segments, and it's a hassle when you have many links to share, right? Because you cannot be fully aware of if people downloaded that link or if they went through that correct link or went through another link, right? So the whole idea of having centralize it makes absolute sense. Now, can you give us an explanation more or less on the day-to-day operation, right? Are we talking about more salespeople, people? Is it more for training? What's the structure of the board that you guys are building, and what are the main aims and objectives?
So the current boards that we're building are based around training the team and following our system. So everything is step by step. So some boards only have 5 steps, and some boards have 30 steps. So it depends, right? So it depends on the actual campaign project that we're focused on how many steps we would need to incorporate. So we have main boards that have mini boards inside of boards.
Okay. And just parenthesis, are you guys doing everything through the mobile, or are you using the desktop version as well?
I'd have to ask the team that, but I'm not really sure. Let me ask.
Is there already an app for the Mac for iOS system, or not ready for?
So
for the desktop.
So for the desktop, we don't have an app, but what we do have is a desktop web editor. I'm gonna send you a link right over here. This is what I was asking Megan, right? Because the whole idea is for you guys to be able to edit from the computer as well. Give me just a second, I'll do that for you. It's much simpler, by the way, and we just launched today the newest redesign to it. Should I share it on this chat? I mean, because I don't have you guys' email address. Here you go. So you don't need basically an app for the desktop or for Mac per se. You just open any type of, Explorer or browser, and you will be able to use it. ¿Cuál es la pregunta? You see, you wrote, no sé, bro, por. Is there a specific question to that answer I could ask? I could help out?
No, sorry, I combined my
The
text.
chats.
Yeah, the chat, sorry.
Okay, not a problem. It's completely fine.
One important thing to mention about the web version is that it is 100% synchronized with the mobile. So assuming that you are creating the master board from your computer, and you've already shared it with your members, hundreds or thousands of members, at the moment you are updating on your computer something on that board, instantly everybody will get updated on the app and on the keyboard. So you can constantly update the board's content, add new content, making sure that it is that everybody is aligned with your system and with your content.
Yes.
One question. I have been using boards like 5 months, but what I have seen is that, well, I know you are starting with the context that you gave us at the beginning since January, and congratulations for that growth. And I want to know if you are going to add colors to the folders, because all folders are gray. So maybe it will be better if we have like colors, so we can visualize so fast which are our scripts for the first day, second day. I know sometimes we can add the title day 1, day 2, but maybe with colors and title will be so much easier and faster to just click.
I will answer that, if you wouldn't mind, Omri. I want to show you something. So I'm also a person that needs colors for everything. You know, that's the only way that I can follow complicated stuff. And I want to show you a nice way that you can do that. So I will just connect to the call from my phone. I'll show you that in a moment. Omri, I need permission to share my screen.
You do. You have it. You have it.
Okay, thank you. Okay, cool. So this is a sample board that contains too many folders. Okay, so what you can see that the way that they are differentiating between the content is by adding an emoji of square, a colored square. So you can do that as well. I mean, you can use emojis for that, or simply choose those simple emojis with different colors in order to differentiate it.
Yeah,
Okay, does it make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. Thank you.
Cecily, may I ask you something? I've heard a lot of, while you were talking about boards, a lot of users, a lot of members that came through your explanation mentioned that your boards have something with colors. Is it something that you guys did as well? Cecily?
You're muted.
That is actually, can you hear me? Hold on, let me connect to Wi-Fi. Can you hear me now?
Sure. Now we can. Tell me.
Sorry, I could hear you fine. So that is actually from, I've known that I've wanted to make a switch over to boards. What I've currently been using is WordBoard, which does not have the same functionality at all. But that does have the colors, and so that's what people are talking about.
So that's a confusion. Thanks for that clarification. I mean, to what Ori mentioned at the beginning, at the end of the day, I mean, no matter how many people you want to share this with, right? When you create one or many boards, at the end of the day, you have full control of what is put on these boards, right? This content is fully yours to own, and it's all cloud-based. That means that if you use it on your app, on your phone, or if you update anything on the desktop version, the moment you do any type of edit, okay, it will update in real time to the thousands or hundreds of, or thousands or hundreds, it doesn't really matter, of members that have access to this board. Now, when I say have access to this board, it's only view mode. Only you guys or the creator of the board has access to edit anything, right? So let's say, I don't know, Brooke, Megan, if one day you want to add, if there's a new campaign or there's some new content you want to upload, the moment you upload it to the link, to the board, okay, it will be instantly reflected to all of your users, all of the members of that organization. So what that creates basically a bridge, okay, between you as a leader and even the last member that just joined, right? So it's a direct communication for you. I mean, it works a lot for replication as well, but it's a new way to really understand what's going on out there. Now, Ori, if I may, I would love the team to really understand what are the next functionalities we're working on, okay? And we're gonna roll out very soon, because it's very important to really hone, okay, what our vision is.
Yeah, I agree.
Sure. So do you want me to share it, or would you like to share it?
Go ahead. I mean, when it comes to either the things that we are on the roadmap for next month, up to maybe analytics.
Cool. So the significant update that is going to be released very soon, I believe in 3 to 4 weeks from now, will contain what I consider as a game changer in the way that teams can communicate. Because we started as I would say, content storing platform. Later on, we added the sharing capabilities, right? To be able to share your board with your team members, with your colleagues, etc. And the new addition is actually adding to boards communication functionality that will let you, Jesse Lee, for example, or for any other admin from your team, to be able to announce updates or to announce any important update directly through board and through to the entire team members. So let's say that you have 1,000 people registered to your board, right? And at the top of a button, you will be able to send all of them push notification about the new promotion, or about the new products, or about the new scripts that you've just added to your board. And that's gonna open for you a new way to engage team members, to run anything from a Power Hour campaign, you know, hey guys, we've just added now a new folder with outreach scripts. Now go ahead in Power and send those scripts to 5 or to 10 prospects, and everybody will get a push notification about it, right? And this is something that is really helpful, hopefully. What do you think? Do you think that it could be helpful for the way your team is structured and communicating?
Yeah, I mean,
Very helpful.
yes.
Very helpful.
Basically, we're doing that through Telegram, but it's not nearly as effective because they have to then copy and paste the scripts and whatever. They don't have a board that they can just go click, 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 click.
Yeah, it's interesting that you are saying that about Telegram. So the reason we are developing this capability is because we have noticed that many teams that we are working with, teams like your team, are updating content on their board, and then they are going to Telegram, and the team leader announces their the changes on Telegram. Hey guys, we've just added new content on our Teams board. Then we said, hey, why does it have to happen on Telegram? We can do that directly on board, and it will be much more effective because once your team members will tap on this push notification, it will open boards. Initially, it will open board. On the second phase, it will open the specific folder that was updated that you wanted to direct them to. So it's just the first phase, this release, and but this is something that we will keep evolve based on your usage, based on your feedback, and hopefully it will only get improved. So that's coming very soon. And later on, we are going to introduce also board analytics. So that's a great feature for the ones who are more analytical and actually love to look at the numbers and find trends and ways to optimize the way that the team is operating. And that will enable both the creators or team leaders to not only share content with their team members, but later on even see through the analytics how is this content being spread. Anonymously, we are respecting and even highly respecting our users' privacy, but to be able to see for each message or for each script, how many times it was sent, for each product catalog, how many times it was sent on all of those platforms that people are using both. This is something that you will be able to do. And,
so we would be able to see how many times the scripts that we've sent out have been sent?
Exactly.
And then
Yes.
next question around that, more specifically with the analytics, would we be able to see how many times, like let's say Jenny as an example, would I be able to see how many times Jenny actually used the script?
Exactly.
So,
Oh my God, it's like the God complex. I love it.
yeah, so initially, again, we are developing everything in step by step. So the first version will be providing you aggregated data. So you will be able to see on general, how many times a specific script was sent and by how many team members. Later on, and again, everything will be based on the actual usage, the actual feedback that we will get from our users. It might even give you more specific insight. For example, what is the content that is being sent the most? And maybe even the ability to see, okay, so let's say that Jenny is the best performing seller in my team. What is she sending? So we could give this know-how to everybody and optimize the entire team's performance, making sure that each team member is a sales machine, is the best salesperson that you could create with this crowdsourced collaborative data. So that's part of our vision, and step by step we're gonna achieve that. So based on your excitement, it feels like this is something in the right direction, huh?
This is the way to go. This is the way to go.
Awesome.
I see that Brittany and Jenny are mind blown. So all in all, I mean, for sales, it's of course it's a game changer because you become a much more data-driven type of organization. At the end of the day, if we're talking about replication, right? It's about taking your know-how and making sure that know-how is leveraged the right way. Mm-hmm. So taking anonymity aside and so on, it basically gives you a window to those conversations that your members are having, okay, without really going into each and every single conversation. Right. Now, if you see Jessie Lee or that Sydney or Megan are approaching a specific client, as I already said, in a way that might not be the best way, you're able to optimize the way they work. right? Because now you have a glimpse into really understanding their day-to-day operation. Now, that's in sales. Let's say we're talking about trading. I mean, most of the problem that network marketers have is, you know, that high churn rate and that learning curve
Yes.
of each and every new member that wants to be part of your team.
Mhm.
Now, if I have, again, as I said before, zero experience, right? We want to lower that learning curve, to lower that churn rate. But if I can, if in an analytical way, through analytics, you're also able to basically analyze what works better in terms of training and in terms of education, okay, you'll be able to optimize your entire operation the same way. The only way that this can actually be done, okay, it's the more people that have access to your board, okay, the more data you are able to leverage. So if you only have 20 people, you know, that without access to that board, that analytics, it's not going to make sense.
Right.
But now, if you create that bridge with your entire organization, now you can have enough data to start you really analyzing, reporting, and optimizing. So that's one of the functionalities we have in our vision as well. Okay.
Megan, does the board's team have any other questions about anything?
Of course we do. Just two little things. Two little things, okay? The first one was they wanted to know, are you working on the capability of taking boards and click and dropping into folders?
Besides,
I want to make sure that
drag and dropping instead of the plus sign, then go to folder, then add pictures and so on, right?
Yeah, because right now we had an experience where we created a board and then after the fact thought, oh, you know what, that belongs in this folder. There's no way to click and drop it. We have to delete the whole thing. And then
no, you don't.
Oh,
sorry for the interruption. You don't, Megan, you don't. Look,
Yay.
What I really recommend, okay, because again, this is just an exploratory call. I would really recommend us sitting down again, okay, and let me teach you from A to Z how to use boards, right, and structure it according to what your objectives are. We're going to do it both on the phone and the desktop. There are a lot of ways you can edit. There's a lot of ways you can move from one place to the next, okay, and then we'll show you how we actually are able to help you out, cascade that board with your entire organization. I don't know exactly how many people you want to share these boards, given that it's a big organization and you want to reach even the last member with that know-how. Okay, there are ways we can help you push that forward, right? This is what we're doing with very large organizations as well. We invest our time with them. We help you structure the board, right? We help all of your members, all of your team members, right, know how to use it, understand every single functionality, understand every single use case, and then we even do a type of team lunch, okay, where we sit down. I'm not sure how large the organization is, but with all of your organization or part of it, right, and we do a massive lunch that in real time, Jessie Lee and team, you will be able to see, okay, how the virality effect works. Now, if you change in real time in that webinar, okay, anything on your board, it will be reflected instantly with all of the members, okay? And that's how, you know, you start gathering data. That's how you start, you know, pushing this forward. And you'll see that even the last member with zero know-how, zero experience will be able to sell, maybe like Jessie Lee, maybe like Sydney, maybe like Matthew, or maybe like Ori as well. So that's the idea. So I would recommend, if you guys are up to it, let's sit down another time, either this week or next week, okay? Let's brainstorm of what you guys actually want to structure within this board. We'll give you all the technical abilities, right, on our team in order to upload that content, okay? I want you guys to leverage us. We'll help you streamline that process, and then we'll help you, of course, help your team adopt to these boards if you're interested. And Jessie Lee, I think that once we start with a beta analytics, you will be able to leverage your business in a much more data-driven way.
yeah, we're really excited, and the next call will definitely have the board's team on as well. Again, obviously, since they're going to be doing the build out of everything in general, and then yeah, I mean, I'm really excited about this. This is definitely I'm glad I ran my mouth enough that you shot me an email. So I'm going to keep running my mouth.
I think honestly, I think it's the least we can do. You basically put our name out there, and we're extremely grateful, and we want to give that favor back to you as well. So honestly, if we have, I don't know, a new functionality that we want to test out, we want to run it by you to really fit that market to what you're looking for. Your guys' feedback is more than a blessing for us. So let us, pay that deed back and work together.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it. Does anyone have any other questions about anything?
What should we have prepared for our next meeting?
Great question. Okay, so all in all, look, I usually give a little bit of homework to the teams that we work with, but as your board has, it has a specific functionality. You guys want a specific type of flow, okay? So I know that you have all your content decentralized. Have it readily available, and we're gonna do a brainstorming session on what we should prioritize. Why is this? Because you have decades of content, decades of experience, right, that you want to centralize in one place. That does not mean that the board has to be super complex, okay? I would do it as simple as possible. Why is this? Because we always have to put ourselves on the newest members' feet, right? Right? Give give the tools, give the content that that they're going to need from day one. And then we start building up the board according to your business objectives. Okay, you cannot do a board. You cannot create a board in 1 month. You cannot create a board in 3 months. You can create a very simple and usable board in about 48 to 72 hours. Okay, and start having your team adopting it. Once we adopt it, okay, we get that feedback. You guys get that feedback, and we optimize that board accordingly. I want you to think of boards as any type of software out there. It's always a work in progress. As we're going to be rolling out new functionalities and optimizing it according to the market, you're going to be optimizing your board according to your market, right? So we'll start from a very simple structure, and then we'll go ahead and increase it. So homework for you: come with an open mind, first of all, and come with priorities, okay, for those members that that are just starting. What do they need? Is it sales scripts? Amazing. We already get that know-how. Writing sales scripts and structuring everything will take us an hour, not more. We just copy paste.
Right.
If you want a product, right, product catalogs, that's something, it's on us. We can have our team basically help you upload all that content, photos, videos, descriptions, whatever you have publicly available, okay, and we can do that manual labor for you. Only just for you to focus on the knowledge, and we'll focus on the technicalities of it. And later on, we start seeing that cascading and replication. Sounds good?
I'm screaming over here. Oh my God.
So please take off your mic and scream.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you so much, like more than you. Yeah. Thank you. I'm really excited to work with you on this. It's going to be fantastic.
Happily. What I usually do, and it's completely up to you guys. I mean, Jesse Lee, Ori, and I open a WhatsApp group. If you want, I'd be more than happy to join you to that group. Okay, this way you have direct access to us. Any question, any technicality, anything you need. Okay, if it's not night here, I'll be more than happy to answer as soon as I can, or a Telegram group, just as Ori said. Right, whatever suits you, and this way we can start arranging, the meetings for next week or the week after.
I can just add Megan into our WhatsApp chat. That's fine.
Okay.
Megan's is in charge of this, so we don't need to add everybody.
Okay, perfect. As you wish. Now let me just go over the comments, because I feel that I've been doing a monologue, and there's so many comments that I haven't read. Is there any specific question before I go one by one? Matthew, Brittany, no, all good?
We're good.
Okay. So, I mean, I guess next steps, if you already have a schedule between all of you, we can schedule a meeting for next week right now and start moving forward here. So that's a yes.
Yeah, it's definitely a yes. I think we're looking forward to it. Thanks so much for your guys' time. I appreciate it.
Happily, Jesse. Again, it's the least we can do, and we're more than happy to be working together. So I'll go ahead and basically, if this is